Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It's Wednesday, January 28th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local market is set to build on the previous session's rally, with ASX futures up around 0.5%. Equity markets were mostly positive overnight, with MSCI's gauge of global stocks up 0.75% to a record high. On Wall Street, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq were higher, with the S&P touching a record intraday high and extending gains to a fifth session. The small cap Russell 2000 index has risen 7% this month. Investors are anticipating a flurry of major earnings results. Of the 64 that are reported as of Friday, 80% had topped analyst expectations according to LSEG data. Well, shares in the world's largest package delivery company UPS rose as it projected higher revenue for 2026 and announced it's cutting 30,000 jobs and shutting 24 facilities as it reduces deliveries for Amazon. Its peer FedEx also moving higher. Boeing swung to a fourth quarter profit, while among the airlines, American Airlines fell despite issuing a 2026 profit forecast that topped estimates. JetBlue also losing altitude on a wider than expected quarterly loss. US airlines are also contending with mass cancellations triggered by severe winter weather across the east coast of the US. Shares in General Motors accelerated after reporting higher fourth quarter core profit. Most tech stocks extended gains, including Apple, Amazon, Broadcom, Microsoft and Nvidia. Meta, Microsoft and Tesla are due to report earnings tomorrow morning, our time. And US health insurer shares slumped after the Trump administration proposed a much smaller than expected increase to 2027 Medicare Advantage rates. United Health tumbling nearly 20%, also weighed down by disappointing revenue forecasts. CVS and Humana also falling heavily. Well, US consumer confidence has slumped to the lowest level in almost 12 years this month, amid mounting anxiety over a sluggish labour market and elevated prices. The Conference Board said its consumer confidence index plunged 9.7 points to 84.5 in January, which could see households becoming more cautious about spending. That will be a consideration for the Federal Reserve, which has begun its two-day policy meeting, with investors broadly expecting interest rates to remain unchanged. Attention will be on policymakers' guidance, with traders alert to any signals around the Fed's leadership outlook. Well, US Treasury yields were mixed ahead of the Fed meeting. The US two-year Treasury yield falling to 3.56%. The 10-year was at 4.23%. Markets pricing in no chance of an interest rate cut at this week's meeting, with a total of around 2 more cuts in the easing cycle. The US dollar has sunk to a near 4-year low against most major currencies as traders kept watch for possible coordinated currency intervention by the US and Japanese authorities. The Japanese finance minister is saying they will continue to take appropriate action as needed, working closely with US authorities. The Aussie dollar has continued its push, now above 70 US cents at 70.1. Well, oil prices have surged as producers are hit by a winter storm that has cut crude production on the US Gulf Coast. Brent crude futures up around 3% at $67 a barrel. Gold prices are pushed higher as economic and geopolitical uncertainty drive investors to the safe haven metal. Spot gold up around 3% to around $5,160 an ounce. Spot silver is also up more than 3%. And Bitcoin is trading above 89,000 US dollars. Ahead locally today, we get the latest read on inflation with the December quarter CPI. And quarterly results are expected from Woodside, Ampol and Boss Energy. That is your day ahead. See you again tomorrow.